There's got to be a better way to do this.
In terms of coolest like ride vehicle, one of the craziest I've ever been on is the Bat at Cedar Point in Ohio.
Okay.
Where instead of it being like a standard roller coaster car on a track, it's a hanging gondola.
One of the hanging ones,
yeah, one of the hanging ones, and like as you do turns, it like swings out and then swings back in. Like,
oh,
that was pretty rad. It was really old, so it was a very bumpy ride.
That's crazy.
It was a lot of fun. In terms of my related story to uncomfortableness on too small of rides, I was just in Disney in January.
Yeah.
And I finally got a chance to ride Tron Light Cycle Run, the new Tron roller coaster in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, that sounds
cool.
awesome.
In concept.
Oh no.
Hey.
I cannot begin to describe to you just how purely uncomfortable those ride vehicles are. So this roller coaster was copy and pasted from Disney Shanghai.
Okay.
I think in a generalization, people from Shanghai and in China in general
are built thinner.
Are very tiny.
Okay.
They're very small, they're very thin, like they eat a very healthy lifestyle, so they're not very big people.
I would argue that's not.
It's stereotypical maybe more than
Listen, I had a teacher from Japan who said that a lot of people like of Asian culture tend to be thinner,
smaller. Yeah.
So
okay,
it's not. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. I always like to preface that kind of stuff because you never know.
No,
that's fair.
I think what happened.
Oh no, I didn't spot me here.
I think what happened was when they copy and pasted it here to the United States, whoever did that didn't account for the fact that of the cultural difference.
Sure.
So I think the ride vehicles were still built with the idea of holding primarily Asian people and like Chinese folks and tourists.
Yeah.
Fair.
So I was squeezed into that thing, and like the way that the bar, like, so you have to lean over. That's how it's done. You put your knees into like the sides of the bike and you like ride it like you would a bike.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
then you lean over and hold the handlebars and a thing pops down onto your back.
Ooh.
But I'm too tall and a little fat. And so when the bar pushed down on my back, it put the front of the bike straight into my chest.
Oh.
And it was thank God the ride is only like 40 seconds long.
Damn.
Which is in and of itself is a problem because I waited an hour and a half and the ride is 40 seconds long.
Yeah, it's like fuck.
But like I couldn't even focus on the ride. I was so wildly uncomfortable that I spent the entire time just going ugh. Every time it would launch, it would just put the freaking rattle right into my chest.
Oh,
Jesus.
Like, oh god, that was one of the worst ride experiences I've had at pretty much at any theme park.
Damn.
Was Tron Light Cycle Run. You might have a better time.
I might be okay.
You're about the same height as me, so you might have some of the similar chest problems because that was out of my height, not my weight.
Oh,
but in terms of the regular fit, you'll probably have a better time. You're a very similar body size to me, so I would avoid it.
Have a difficult.
I would avoid it if you ever go back to Disney.
No, that's fair. Yeah. Although I'd probably realistically just do the Pandora ride.
Oh god, I love all of the Avatar rides are so.
Oh my
both
God,
of the Avatar rides are so good.
I hear they replaced the animatronic with a screen now.
No, so Disney started doing this thing.
Yeah.
And this is like one of the smartest things Disney has ever done, if I'm going to be honest with you.
My God.
Where almost every modern ride...
Sorry,
shit.
They gave me a doodad to get back up here.
A doodad.
That's fucking awesome.
I love doodads.
So every modern ride at Disney now has 2 ride cycles.
Okay.
Plan A and Plan B. To prevent downtime, if Plan A is not functioning like it should, then the ride will automatically switch to Plan B to keep the ride operating so that it doesn't have a ridiculously long line or go down for the whole day.
Interesting.
So that's in almost every modern Disney ride now. And Avatars, the river experience, that animatronic is super temperamental because it's relatively brand new technology.
Yep.
So it breaks down a lot.
That's like the like new looking person.
It's crazy.
Doing the,
the one doing like the dance.
Yeah.
I saw it, thankfully, in my ride.
We saw it
too.
That is one of the most insane pieces of technology I've ever seen in my life. That is the most realistic thing they could have possibly made. But anyway, So that animatronic, because it's such new technology, it's very temperamental.
Yeah.
And in earlier Disney rides, if that animatronic broke, which it does a lot, they would have had to shut the ride down because they're not going to have the ride move if you're not going to get the full experience.
Right.
So now they've built contingency plans, Plan B.
Right.
In which case, if it reads that the animatronic is broken, the animatronic drops down into the floor and a screen comes down in its place.
Oh.
So that the dance and the character is done on the screen instead, so that you can still get a relatively full ride experience, but you don't have to see a broken animatronic.
That is awesome.
And
That
then
is
once
incredible.
the animatronic has been fixed, there's like a little maintenance thing down on the hole that it drops into so somebody can look at it without having to shut the ride down. Once it's fixed, it'll raise back up out of the floor and the screen will go away.
Yo!
Like, I've watched it happen in video.
Did you get
It's
stuck?
so fun.
Doesn't matter. I got the jiggy anyway.
Rise of the Resistance has that too in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, because all the
Damn.
droids and shit.
No, there's one particular animatronic right at the end of the ride that refuses to work. It's Kylo Ren, and
Again, doesn't matter, but that's fucking horseshit.
it's a Kylo Ren animatronic, and then right at the end of the ride, you're supposed to have like launched him out of the side of the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
So like the thing shows like the wall broken, and then it's like an animatronic looking like he's falling out of an airlock or whatever.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
But the animatronic hates working.
Sure.
Yeah, apparently.
So they have their contingency B plan for that ride is if the animatronic is not working, a piece of the Star Destroyer wall will swing down in front of the animatronic so you can't see it. And then instead, the ride is programmed to, instead of putting you up against that to watch the animatronic move, it changes the path of the ride to like re-evaluate yourself to a screen wall that's on the other side showing Kylo Ren and his TIE fighter instead. Escaping the Star Destroyer. Like, it's such an interesting concept.
Yeah.
And like they've started implementing it in almost every modern Disney ride. And
That's
it's
so
That's
cool.
clever.
crazy. Like,
Fuck. What is happening?
it is really funny though because I knew that this was a thing they did. I did get the B plan on Rise of the Resistance. I didn't get to see that infamous Kylo Ren animatronic.
Yeah.
But because I knew it existed, if you are actively looking for it, you can still just see the dead animatronic behind the piece of Star Destroyer wall.
Oh,
That's
shit.
funny.
So I got to see Kylo Ren just looked super depressed and motionless because I knew what to look for.
Hell yeah.
If you're just a regular rider and you have no idea, you'd never be able to see it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to specifically know what you're looking for.
That's funny.
That is crazy.
But that's to answer your question. If you've ever seen any videos with it being a screen instead of the animatronic,
That's
why. Just because the animatronic is having issues and they don't want to turn the ride off.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I'm looking forward to seeing like Disney start to implement the free roaming animatronics, much like how the Universal people have done it with dragons. Because I know the first one that they introduced for Disney was Judy Hopps.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
And then they did a astromech unit in the Galaxy's Edge space for a while.
Cool.
And then Bob Chapek canceled that initiative only for it to be brought back when Iger stepped back into the chair.
Okay, well that's good. At least it's back.
And then in California, you've got the Spider-Man animatronic.
Yes, that's
that
right.
does a flip every like 15 minutes across the buildings.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
I've seen that one break.
Oh yeah, me too. They've even had to change the way that animatronic, like the path it moves, and they had to add a net because I've seen videos of the animatronic launching off the building and not getting into position. So it's just it's got arms like it's a straight up, arms up, legs straight, just slams straight into the side of the building.
Yeah.
I was wondering how they got that to work every time, and I guess
It doesn't.
They don't.
Yeah, and so they had to add a net to catch it
That is
because
so,
it kept slamming into the side of the building.
that is
Yeah.
so fucking fun. Oh my god, to be a family to see that. Oh my god.
I imagine the kids screaming
Oh my god.
or laughing, depending. I think they pivot somehow.
Yeah, they'd probably just play an audio.
There's an audio. There's an audio clip of somebody
What the fuck was
saying
that?
they made a mistake. Yeah, your car just like exploded out of nowhere.
Well, because it told me I needed to fix shit, and then it ended up ripping it off.
Oh, the egg broke.
You motherfucker. I was almost done.
Should you have like a smaller vehicle than Raw?
But Raw...
I understand Raw is a very convenient vehicle.
But Raw's so good.
Everybody,
you like it raw?
Everybody loves it Raw. What are you talking
That's
about?
fair.
That's it. I'm going on foot.
I'm trying to think of any other like crazy roller coasters I've been on. Oh, I did get the opportunity to ride Top Thrill Dragster in its final year. Before it got turned down. It's a Cedar Point in Ohio, too. It was the second fastest roller coaster in the United States.
Oh.
At 121 miles an hour. If I remember correctly. It unfortunately had a malfunction late last year that ended up killing a woman. And so they tore it down and built a new ride in place of it.
Damn.
I'm pissed I didn't get to ride the fastest roller coaster in the United States, which was King Ka in Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey, because they just tore it down.
Okay.
So I didn't get a chance to ride it.
Damn.
Although technically, now I have ridden the fastest roller coaster in the United States, because for all intents and purposes, it is now the original Top Thrill Dragster because King Ka is gone.
That's a fair point.
Well, because I should say it's Top Thrill Dragster 2 now, which is the new ride they built in place of the old one.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I guess I do have to go back to Cedar Point to ride that. Going to Ohio is a whole experience.
We're going in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, where are you going?
We're going to Cleveland.
Hell yeah, you gonna do Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all that?
Hell yes.
Well, tell them the main reason why we're going, Dan.
I was gonna say, why
the main reason we're going is
no one chooses to go to Cleveland. So
no, you're absolutely right. I certainly wouldn't have. We are going.
You kind of just end up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
Sorry, Markiplier.
No,
he's from Cincinnati. It's fine.
Oh, fancy man.
Yeah.
You gonna put engines on this bitch?
Yeah. Leave me alone.
That's so much fuel.
Look, I'll get to it. Tell him why we're purposely going to Ohio so people don't get the wrong idea.
We are going to Ohio because my dad got tickets to see AC/DC in Cleveland. So
why Cleveland of all places?
Because apparently Gillette was too expensive for the seats we were getting.
I believe that.
And he was like, I found a better price.
So wait, hold on. All said and done, though, is it still cheaper to find your way to Cleveland?
No. Yeah. Hell no.
He could have just bought the Gillette tickets for the cost of that.
He could have, but he didn't. He's like, nah, fuck it. We're going to go to Cleveland.
Especially Cleveland is gross. Like, no, I've been.
No, I know. It's just funny.
I've been to Cleveland 3 times now.
You should put wings on that bitch.
I've been to Cleveland 3 times now. It's gross.
Yeah.
I keep being told that.
That's what I hear.
But hey, at least they're not Detroit.
That's true.
They're not Detroit.
They're not Detroit. Yeah, I get it.
Because I went to I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice.
I've never been, so this should be fun.
And then the third time that I was there, we were just passing through. It was just en route to where we were actually going, which I think was Indianapolis on that trip, if I remember correctly.
Makes sense.
We were going for the Indianapolis Zoo.
Ooh, that's cool.
That zoo's awesome.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, we're hitting a few stops on the way, so we're going down there for a show. On the way down, we're going to the Bringer.
The Bringer.
The Bringer.
He's gonna bring it. He's the bringer.
He's the bringer.
This is exclusively for transporting things, so it's the bringer.
I'm the giver.
Anyway. Yeah. So on the way down, we're going to the Crayola factory.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the Crayola factory since I was a kid, but I loved that place.
I know.
Yeah.
My favorite part was always getting a crayon and naming it. Mm-hmm. Like
my mom probably still has the one we did, me and Tommy, when we were there, when we were kids.
we had one crayon that I think I named Leonidas Lemon.
Leonidas Lemon?
Yeah, I might be taking credit for that. I apologize if I am, but I remember that being the case.
That's pretty funny. It's a pretty good crayon.
Yeah, although if I did it now, I'd be like, oh, I'll just name them after the Crusaders, like Danny Blue and... oh my god.
Yeah, Dan, what color would I be, Dan? Yeah, what's the color, Dan?
You see, that's the scary part. You wouldn't get one.
I'm gonna make if we go and we actually like make the crayons and stuff, which I think we should. if we do that, I'm going to make a color that is indistinguishable between yellow and orange.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call it the Veras.
The Veras.
Yeah, is that the only stop, or where else are you thinking of going?
So, yeah, we're going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame also, and then...
You're going to really like that, especially
Yeah.
after they renovated it. That shit, so fun.
I heard it was a lot of fun, because Dad's been there a few times. And on the way back, we're going to hit the Frank Frazetta Museum.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, do you know who... I'm assuming you don't know who Frank Frazetta is.
No.
Okay, think of, like...
Is that a musician or a sports player?
He is an artist. He specializes in illustrations. He's done a lot of comic covers for comic book artists. He's also done a lot of music albums. If you look up his art, you might recognize.
I was gonna say it sounds like I'd probably recognize it.
Man, I'm just gonna start using this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you might have seen some of his work before.
I have. I definitely have.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen that style before. Yeah.
Just gonna say that style is cool.
Dan in editing, pull up reference images.
Yeah. And pull up my favorite one, which is the guy on the bobsled pulled by polar bears.
Hell yeah.
Is this like a defend mission?
Is it?
Grunty has sent waves of flying to attack. No,
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you, I'm not doing that. I hate those kinds of missions. They're really boring. Where'd my fucking car go?
Are you guys doing Hershey again? I want to do... I've only ever done Hershey Park once as an adult, and it was during their Christmas celebration, so half the stuff was closed.
We went a few years ago, and it was cool. I don't know if we're doing it again this year when we go to Ohio or not.
We are not.
We're not? Okay.
We're not, because even Dad was saying, like, it's too recent. So we're like, we'll just let it sit for a while.
Too recent. Bro, I'd go every day.
I mean, I would too. Place fucking rules.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Hello?
I definitely recognize some of his work, especially with Conan.
Oh, yeah.
He apparently did the original Conan the Barbarian
Yep.
stuff.
Oh, wow.
That's killer.
Hell yeah, dude. And it's gonna be fun. I literally told one of my coworkers, and he looked at me like his jaw dropped and his eyes widened up. He's looking at me, he goes, dude.
Is that in Ohio, or is that Pennsylvania? Or where
It's
is
in
that?
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It's actually not terribly far from where the Crayola factory is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So on the way down, we're going to Crayola. On the way back, we're hitting the Frank Frazetta Museum.
Because actually, if I ever find myself through there again, I might actually stop into that. That sounds pretty killer.
Well, there you go.
Fuck yeah.
It's run by his family at the moment.
Nice.
And that was the museum is just his house.
That's
So,
cool.
I agree.
Yeah, well, you guys are in Cleveland, too. About, I think it's like 5 minutes from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is the Christmas Story house.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Like the movie A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
The house that was filmed in is now a museum.
Oh,
And
interesting.
it's like, I think, a 5 or 10 minute drive from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's like only like a couple streets over.
Damn. All right.
Huh.
It's cool. It's really cool in there. Because they redecorated it like the set of the movie. Because somebody had lived in there for a couple decades after the movie was filmed there. But
Yeah.
then they got... And this is kind of sad, but like they got so sick of tourists being like around their house because it was the Christmas Story house that they decided to sell it back to like, I think the family of the producer or something like that.
Yeah.
And they turned it into a museum now.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like a whole gift shop and stuff that sells like
Leg lamp.
they do sell leg lamps, but they also sell T-shirts from like all Christmas movies. So like they have like T-shirts from Home Alone and Elf and stuff like that. Like I had bought my Home Alone Christmas sweater that says "Keep the change, you filthy animal" from the Christmas Story house store.
Oh, that's awesome.
Interesting.
But yeah, I feel like the only thing I'd ever find my way back to Ohio for is to go to Cedar Point again.
Makes sense.
That's fair. I mean, there's really not too much in Ohio.
Yeah.
Like, other than
It is for lovers, after all, and I'm sure neither one
that's
of you
Virginia.
get that reference, but
Okay.
who's one of the
What the
their
fuck?
one of their
Sucker.
biggest songs is "Ohio is for Lovers"
Okay.
from like their first album.
More like for suckers.
They're an emo they're an emo band.
What the fuck?
Oh, you're so close to getting the thingy.
I don't really care about the trophies that much.
I know, but there's just more jiggies that you'd have to deal with less.
No, you're right. I know.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get this one, but...
Not the trophy, no, but...
No, but you'll get the jiggy at least. Also, I'm starting to realize this vehicle is way too fast.
It is really fast, yeah.
Like...
All that fuel you put in it.
I put all the engines I loaded onto it. There's 4 small engines and 2 medium engines on it.
Yeah, no shit, it's way too fast. That's way too much power. Either remove 2 of the mediums or 4 of the smalls.
No.
You don't need that much power. You can get from one end of the map to the other in like 10 seconds.
I wonder if I should use this to do the Mr. Patch fight.
Put guns on it and see what happens.
Why the fuck not?
So you got the Bringer, and now you're gonna get of Death.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull a card.
No, it's asymmetrical. I don't like that.
What day do you consider to be the true start of the week?
Sunday.
Monday or Sunday?
Monday.
Oh, another variant.
Sunday!
Weeks run Monday to Sunday.
What?
Interesting.
Monday to Sunday. Because if Sunday was the start of the week, it would not be part of the weekend.
Well, the calendar shows.
I don't give a fuck what the calendar shows.
Nah, I do it based on how good you feel during the week. Because Sunday is like, yeah, that's the day of rest, but that's also, oh fuck, I've worked the next day.
Technically, Thursday is my Monday because I have Tuesday, Wednesday off as weekends right now.
Understandable.
But like, yeah, no, I am of the firm belief that Saturday, Sunday would not be called the weekend if Sunday was the beginning of the week.
Well, you see, technically Sunday is still the end of the week, just the beginning end of the week.
That makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
It is on the end.
It's one end of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From end to end.
Yeah.
Why? Just keep spawning me there.
Are you doing it there? Holy shit, that's infinitely faster.
Oh my god, I'm just gonna use those instead.
Holy fuck. And that might have been part of the problem. Like, the grenades are like...
I think you're right.
Yeah, because the grenades explode, but that shit... Excuse me. I love that every time. Oh, my lord.
Is this of death? I can't tell.
Of death. All right.
Cool.
It's slightly taller than the Bringer.
The Bringer.
The Bringer.
Get out of my way.
You fucking bird.
Here comes of death.
You know, even if it shoots faster, you kind of need
You
to
did
aim.
3 in one go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It didn't look like you were hitting anything.
And I have 4 guns now.
That is...
So that's widening my range.
That is definitely what... That is doing only favors for you.
Currently.
Jesus Christ.
Dan.
Yeah. What's the best color?
Purple.
Why?
Why is purple the best
It's pretty.
color? Purple is a good argument. May I offer yellow?
Yellow is very underrated.
Yellow is a very underrated. My favorite color of all time is orange, personally. But I understand that a lot of people...
Orange, in and of itself, is pretty much just a hue of yellow.
It is. That is true.
That is true, just with a little bit of red in it.
You could also say, I mean, purple is a hue of blue, which is also a very good color.
I do very much like blue.
Blue is a very good color.
My childhood bedroom was navy blue.
Oh, nice. Mine's like sky blue.
Hell yeah.
I was going to say, we literally had the opposite room colors growing up.
It wasn't mine originally yellow.
Yours was originally yellow, and mine was originally like a sky blue.
Yeah, and now we switched.
And then we switched places. But mine is more like sunshine yellow.
Now, yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Oh my...
Wow.
Fucking moron.
Yeah. They fucking collided with your ass.
All right.
You'll laugh real hard. You swear you'll die. What? Anyway.
You all right?
No.
You're right over there?
Good. There are a lot of good colors. Actually, fun fact about yellow. That's the first color you see when you look at anything.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say something like it's the first color you see when you die.
No.
I was like, cool.
It's the color
No,
I see
that's
when
black.
I piss.
Yeah, you're right.
But, no, yeah,
You
fun.
piss.
Piss.
Took me a second. That's the color of my piss.
Yeah.
Can't talk. I'm making piss.
I'm making piss.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy's funny and creepy. Not creepy,
yeah.
but he's like free. Like the fact that he can do that is.
Yeah, and the fact that he milked that singular joke for his entire career.
Did he?
Yeah. He went on to post pretty much that exact video, like 30 more times over. Like,
Just with different things.
yeah.
I think
It's
he
like,
did
bro,
one
it's
that's
not really funny anymore.
No,
Yeah.
funny the first time.
Because I think he did the same thing, but it was egg. And then he just drank a tankard full of eggs.
No, I'm talking about him reusing the I'm making piss joke over and over and over again.
Oh. Well, that's even less fun.
If anybody sees it,
nah, I can't see shit from the bottom. Oh, there
it is.
On his
I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, just in time.
Yay!
Oh my god. Thank fucking god. I did not want to have to do that again.
Mr. Patch popped.
Suck my dick.
It sucked my chode.
Piece of shit. Let's... Here we go.
Serial killers.
They exist, unfortunately.
Yes, they do.
I'm going to fix that.
Dexter theme plays.